Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Here today we are discussing about one of the important topic, that is the functions of interleukins. In the previous lectures we are discussing about the cytokine receptor, what are the structure of the cytokines, which are the types of the cytokines. Now today we are focusing on which are the functions of these different types of the interleukins, that is the different types of the immune cells which are secreting these cytokines, how these secreted cytokines, these are function and responsible for regulating, stimulating the immune responses. Now firstly here we know that there are the different types of the interleukin, that is from interleukin 1 to interleukin 25. There are the number of the different interleukins and these are playing various roles within the immune responses. The first one, it is the interleukin first. Now majorly this interleukin first, it is secreted by the monocyte, macrophage, the endothelial cells and the epithelial cells of our body. Means whenever there is the activation, these monocytes or macrophage cells, these are responsible for secreting such type of the interleukins, that is these cytokines, these are secreted by these cells, and preferentially whenever there is the secretion of these cytokines, these are responsible for the inflammation, the fever, then the induction of the acute phase protein. Means in short we can say that whenever there is the secretion of interleukin first by these activated cells, preferentially there is the aggregation of natural killer cells, there is the aggregation of neutrophils at the site of infection or at the site of injury, which is resulted into the inflammation. We know that the neutrophil cells, these are preferentially responsible for the inflammatory responses. So such type of the inflammatory responses, these are stimulated by this interleukin first. These are also responsible for the increase in the body temperature, that is the fever, and also responsible for the induction of acute phase proteins. These are the different functions of the interleukin first. Now the second type of the interleukin, it is the interleukin second. Now these interleukin second, we know that this interleukin second, it is secreted by the T lymphocytic cells and preferentially the T4 cells, that is the CD4 positive T lymphocytic cells. These are responsible for secreting such type of the interleukin second, and these interleukin second, these are also shows the autocrine effect. That is autocrine effect means the producer cell for this interleukin second, it is the T cell, and it is also act upon the same producer cell, that is it is responsible for showing the autocrine effect. That is the producer cell and the effector cell, both are similar. So this interleukin second, it is responsible for proliferation and differentiation of the T lymphocytic cells. Then along with this, the proliferation and differentiation of T cells, means along with these autocrine effect, these T lymphocytes, these secreted interleukin second, it is also responsible for the proliferation of B lymphocytic cells, and along with B lymphocytic cells, the proliferation and development of the natural killer cells, that is the NK cells. Means along with the autocrine effect, these are also responsible for showing the paracrine effect, that is these are also affecting both the B lymphocytic cells and also the differentiation of natural killer cells. Now the third one of the interleukin, it is the interleukin 3. Now these interleukin 3, these are secreted by the T cells. Again the T helper cells, these are responsible for secreting this interleukin 3, and it is responsible for the hematopoiesis, that is it is responsible for the formation of the different immune cells. Means, or in other words we can say that it can act as a growth factor or the growth initiator for the development of the immune cell, that is it is responsible for enhancement of the hematopoiesis process, which is the central process for the formation of immune cells within our body. It is the function of interleukin 3. The next one, it is the interleukin 4. Now these interleukin 4, it is produced by the two different types of the immune cells, that is the Th second, that is the subset of the T helper cell, Th second, and the mast cells. Both of these cells, these are able to produce this interleukin 4 upon their activation, and preferentially these are responsible for the differentiation of the T cells. Now what is the differentiation of T cells? Means these T cells, whenever these are get activated due to the antigenic stimulus, these T lymphocytic cells, these are get differentiated into the different subset, that is the memory cells and the T helper subset, that is the Th1 and Th second. So for this differentiation, there is the requirement of this interleukin 4. It is responsible for the differentiation of T lymphocytic cells, and the one of the another most important function which is done by this interleukin 4, it is the isotype switch to IgE, means it is responsible for the class switching within the B lymphocytic cells. Now, whenever there is the activation of the B lymphocytic cells, preferentially these are get converted into the plasma cells, and there is the secretion of the antibodies. Now, for this, majorly, whenever this class switching, it means these B cells, these are responsible for secreting the IgG type of the antibodies. Whenever there is the secretion of the interleukin 4, these are responsible for stimulating the B cells to secrete IgE antibodies instead of the IgG antibodies. Means these are responsible for class switching from IgG to IgE. It is called as the class switching, that is the isotype switching from IgG to IgE. Now the next one, it is the interleukin 5. Now these interleukin 5, it is again get secreted by the T helper cells. That is the CD4 positive T helper cells. These are responsible for secreting these interleukin 5, and these interleukin 5, it is known as an eosinophil differentiating factor. That is preferentially the main role of this interleukin 5, it is for the promotion and the activation of the eosinophils. Means in other words we can say that it is an eosinopoiesis. This growth factor or these interleukin 5, it is responsible for eosinopoiesis, complete formation and activation and differentiation of eosinophil. For that purpose there is the requirement of this interleukin 5. The next one, it is the interleukin 6. Now these interleukin 6, it is responsible for the stimulation of the B cells. So for that function of this interleukin 6, it can also be known as an B cell stimulating factor 2. That is the BSF2, that is the B cell stimulating factor. Along with that, it is also responsible for the development of the granulocyte and macrophage cells. So it can also be known as an macrophage growth factor, and the growth factor called granulocyte colony stimulating factor. Granulocyte colony stimulating factor, because it is responsible for the growth and the stimulation of B cells, then the granulocytic cells and the monocyte cells or the macrophage cells. For that purpose, these are responsible for this activation and the development of these three different types of the immune cells, that is the B cells, macrophage cells, and all different types of the granulocytic cells, that is the neutrophil cells or the eosinophil cells. The next one, it is the interleukin 7. Now these interleukin 7, it is the interleukin preferentially which is essential for the initial development of B and T cell lineage. Means within the primary lymphoid cell organs, that is either it is a thymus or it is a bone marrow. We know that majorly the T lymphocytic cells, these are developed within the thymus, and the B lymphocytic cells, these are developed within the bone marrow. Within these primary lymphoid cells, whenever, or the primary lymphoid organs, whenever there is the initial growth of the B and T cell, it is carried out. For that initial cell lineages or the for proper development of the B and T lymphocytic cells, there is the requirement of interleukin 7. So preferentially it is observed within the primary lymphoid organ, and it is secreted by the different endothelial and the epithelial cells which are present within the primary lymphoid organ. These are secreted by these cells and responsible for the proper development of the B and T cells within the primary lymphoid organ. It is the function of this interleukin 7. Now the next one, it is the interleukin 8. Interleukin 8. Now these interleukin 8, it is secreted by the macrophage cells and the epithelial cells. Different types of macrophage and epithelial cells. These are responsible for secreting these interleukin 8, and this secreted interleukin 8, it is responsible for developing the different types of the innate immune responses. Activation of different types of innate immune responses, or in other words we can say that these are responsible for the activation of natural killer cells, which are the major part of the innate immune responses. The next one, it is the interleukin 9. Now this interleukin 9, it is responsible for the growth and proliferation of T helper cells. Growth and proliferation of T helper cells, that is the interleukin 2nd and 4th independent growth and proliferation of T helper cells. Means preferentially we know that normally the growth and the proliferation of the T lymphocytic cell, that is the T helper cells, it is stimulated by the interleukin 2nd and interleukin 4. Whenever there is the absence of these interleukin 2nd and interleukin 4, in that absence, for the growth and proliferation of these cells, the interleukin 9, it is responsible for growth and proliferation of T helper cell. Growth and proliferation of T helper cells. Now the next one, it is the interleukin 10. Interleukin 10. Now these interleukin 10, it is responsible for, or it is one of the important regulatory interleukin or the regulatory cytokine. It is responsible for regulating the immune response. It is regulatory cytokine. Now the different cytokines that we have see earlier, all of these are responsible for the stimulation or activation of different types of the immune cells. Here the interleukin 10, it is responsible for reducing the immune responses. In that, these are responsible for regulating the immune responses. Regulating the immune responses. These are inhibit the synthesis and the secretion of interleukin 2, interleukin 3. These are inhibiting the synthesis of interleukin 2, interleukin 3. It is the function of these interleukin 10, and majorly these interleukin 10, it is secreted by the T helper cell and the macrophage cells. T helper cells and macrophage cells. So it is the functions of the different types of the interleukins which are plays an important role within the regulation of the immune responses. Now there are again different types of the interleukins, that is the interferons. These are present, that is the interferon gamma, interferon beta, then the tumor growth factor. These different types of the interferons or the cytokines, these are remaining. So in the next lecture we are discussing about the functions of the other remaining cytokines. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.